Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick, and in today's video I'm going to address a question I received in the comment section while I was away. Okay, so I've been away in the Dominican Republic, just got back yesterday, and I thought this was a good time to discuss it in detail as I've got the time now. And also I did take a trade out while I was out there to illustrate the point. So we're going to look at that trade now. So what we're going to do, we're going to switch over to my screenshot. I was able to save it on my phone. I did a live trade on my phone for content reasons, and you're going to look at that. You're going to see the trade now. I'm going to walk you through it. Then we're going to come back over here and we're going to conclude the video from there. Okay, so also if you do want to see what I got up to while I was out in DR, stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you. Okay, so let's switch over now and I'll show you the live trade that I'm talking about.
So got a live trade here. I'm going to quickly break down what I'm seeing and why I got into the trade. Okay, so got some consolidation here, as you can see. Then price breaks out of the zone and it drives down, but really it's faking like it's going down, breaks structure and pushes up again. Okay, so that was a fake out, and it's actually what I expected. Yeah, so it drove up, it pulled back into the zone where it broke structure from, and that's where I entered the buy from. And I'm trying to take it price higher now, and I'm expecting price to beat this high here as a minimal. Okay, so I expect it to push up into a higher time frame supply zone before it's sold from there. So during this session, what I'm looking for is a buy. In a later session, I would expect it to be sold. So you would expect to reverse the sign once it beats this high here. So right now I'm in the trade looking for the buy, and it's going, it's working out nicely, and I'm expecting price to push to try to drive into this zone. So that's my point of interest. That's what helped me confirm the direction, the price action in itself, and what's going on the higher time frame. So I expect price to get up into this zone, and once it reaches this zone, that's when I would expect some kind of a reversal pattern and price to be sold from there to continue the higher time frame trend, which is to be bearish right now. It's very clear, and this is why trading without indicators really is useful, because you can see clearly what's going on. Price is pushing down further, but it's being bought up first, then it's sold later. Okay, so during this time when I caught this trade, I was looking for the buy. I should be looking for the sell, because we are at highs, but I'm on holiday right now. I'm not going to sit around 4-5 more hours for this sell when I could take the quick scalp with the buy. Okay, so quick scalp, looking for about 0.5, and I think I'm there. I might close this trade now, to be honest. We're almost there. I'm going to see if I could try to reach these highs before I close the trade and get on with my holiday. All right, so that's it. Really quick video just to show you this price action and this trade really.
So as you saw in the video, in the other clip should I say, I was aiming for price starting here to get up to this last flag. There was a pole, flag, and pole that, right? I was aiming for price to get up into this zone to potentially put a reversal and then drop to try and continue its higher time frame trend. As you can see, pole, flag, pole, pole down again, big flag, pulled, small flags, pulls out, big flag, pulls. So I was expecting this to, from here, to try and get into this zone, as it's been tapping into previous zones, previous higher time frame zones, and then driving down dramatically. So I was looking for price to get up to that zone. So in that morning, Tuesday morning, I got the buy to take it up. Okay, so you saw in the video it was a profitable trade, and in this video here you can see what happened after. Okay, so price didn't get to that zone fully, it just got close to it. It got close enough. Okay, yeah. So if I had held that trade and I didn't take profit where I wanted to, so I came in with the intention of taking a 0.5% take profit. I could have gone for 1%, but I went for 0.5% because I was on holiday, wanted a quick trade, and I knew above this high here it could reverse and it could come back down. So it was a dangerous thing, because essentially I am buying here at a high. Okay, I don't want to buy at highs. I should be waiting here and looking for some kind of indication to sell it. and that would have been here. So when I got into that trade, I wanted to be out as quick as possible. 0.5% made sense. Okay. If I held it, I would have just missed. I would have just missed that zone. Just missed that zone by about 1 pip, I think it is here. So from there to there is 2 pips. So I would have missed it by just 2 pips. So if I held it to get into that take profit, I would have missed it by 2 pips and then lost the trade. And you can imagine how I would have felt actually that same day. It drove down, it would have taken me out that same day. You can imagine how I felt if I had held and missed the trade. Okay, so it is really, this is all from my experience. I haven't learned the traditional way. I haven't followed endless amount of YouTubers, and I am not regurgitating what they are saying. I have learned certain things, I've tested them, and I've then back tested it some more, and I've found what works for me. Okay, I like to trade consistently, stress-free, and I try to trade within a small count the same way I want to trade with a big account. Okay, so the comment about 0.5% taking a long time to be able to pass challenges, I get that, but if you actually do the maths, it's not that long. Okay, it does require you to be consistent and patient, but it's not that long. So let's look at it. 10%. Divide that by 0.5. You are looking at 20 trading days. Okay, 20 trading days. So that's about 4 weeks, assuming that you win every single trade. You're not going to win every single trade, and maybe there's some days you're not going to trade. So if you give yourself a period of 4 to 6 weeks, you are able to achieve 10% on an account with taking little risk, and you are able to consistently grind wins. Whereas if you try to achieve 5% in a week, 10% in 2 weeks, which is something I used to do, you're not going to find consistency there at all. You're going to find one day you're holding trades for 20 pips, next day you're scalping it for 5 pips, next day you take a big loss, then the next day you're trying to revenge trade. You're not going to find consistency in that. So that is why I fine-tuned what I'm doing and try to focus on small wins, because truly this is something I do on the side to build some additional income. And if I have a larger account, I don't really need to do much to be able to make $200 to $300 per trade. $200 to $300 per trade, 3-4 trades a week in a month. That's a decent return for such a minimal amount of work. Okay, so that's what I want you to take away from this video. You do not need to do the most with every single trade. You could actually do a little bit. So 10 pips, 6 pips even. I think that trade was 6 pips or 7 pips. It was roughly about 7 pips. Let's just have a look at it again here. Let's just go into it. I'll show you the trade history as well. So that was then, let's just get inside there. Okay, so this is the entry there. I did initially leave a runner, and I decided, no, I'm on holiday. I didn't really want to trade while I was on holiday, but I did because I wanted to discuss the point, just to illustrate. You can do it while you're away. Don't recommend it because it distracts you from what you should be doing. And also it's things like having internet service, reliable Wi-Fi and stuff like that, that could affect the trade as well. So took it from there to there. That was about 6 pips, left the runner, and I thought, no, I'm done. And I went out to get some cocktails. That's how I approached this trade. I wasn't trying to be in here for long. As you can see, I was right. It did get above here. It did push further and take that high. It took this high, which is what I wanted to target initially. It took this high. Yeah, and above that high, I knew it could reverse. And if you've been following my channel, you can see why. We have a trend here. Got highs, a low here, eventually a new high higher lows all the way here, maintaining that. So I expected this to become another higher low. So my stop loss was underneath there, and I wanted to drive this to that zone. But what then happened? When it got to this point here, we saw the reversal of the trend, which is something I trade, right? So higher low. This was the last higher low. It drove it up, came down, failed out because continue, broke. So that could have been my trade to take it down. That should have been the trade to take it down. Okay. So if you want to know how to find these trades, obviously stick around. There's tons of examples on my channel, and there's tons of examples that will come as I take them. So that should have been my entry to take this sell. Would have been risking 9 pips, and right now where it's sitting is, you know, amazing. It's consistent. It continued this trend. So from that entry point here, where it is, it's over, let's see, it has to be 100 pips. Yeah, it's 149 pips and counting. I believe it gets under here, which is what I was looking at initially. So 100 and something pips. So I'm trying to find consistency in doing these things in scalping, and I'm not really interested in these big moves. If it's available, it's available. But to catch this, that was based on the news catalyst. And that's not guaranteed to happen every day. Even though the read is right, it's easier for me to take the small wins than catch these big wins. Okay, so that's why I try to focus on scalping. Okay, and scalping for me is 0.5 or 1%. Keep it very simple. There's no need to do more than 10 pips. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying 10 pips is more than enough. 5 pips is enough. If you could get 5 pips consistently without risking too much, and it's the equivalent of 0.5% of your account monthly, you could grow your account. And if you're doing prop firm challenges, you're passing and having your account doubled. So why do you need to do more? Okay. If you can do more, if you could find consistency in risking more, do so. You can actually add more size. I'm not telling you what to do again. You can add more size, you can risk more and still go for 0.5%, and it be the equivalent of more money in your account, depending on what account size you have. You could do whatever you want, but you need to find this consistent formula that works, that doesn't trigger you to have emotional reactions when it doesn't work. Because look, it worked here, but I missed it by 2 pips. It wouldn't have worked if I put a lot on that. Boom. Let's say it didn't work here. I've only lost 1%. I'm okay with that. Okay, I'll go on to the next one. Yeah. So people, hope that's been useful for you. If you did find it useful, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave any comments. I'll get back to you, and I'm going to show you what I got up to while I was away. Enjoy. Peace.
Saying, yeah, that this is what, that's the fastest we're gonna go.